That's the last one, yeah. Oh, not yet. See, you were liking the song too, didn't you? Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for our Ikigami Konkō Daijin Grand Ceremony. First of all, I have to apologize to all of you. I feel kind of naked today, but this is not the first time this has ever happened to me. It's happened to me when I've gone to Lancaster before, and it's happened to me, I think, at least once or twice a year since I've been here. I don't know where my akatan, the akatan is the orange thing that comes here, and I cannot find my boshi, the Smurf hat, as well as the shaku. I took it out, and I remember seeing it on my bed when I took this home to. I took this all home to get. I washed this back home in Hawaii, and I remember putting it somewhere. But this morning I spent a whole hour looking for it, and I can't find it. You just wait. I'm sure when I get home, it's going to be right there somewhere, the most obvious place. But it's either in the laundry that I might have shipped out. I don't know, but I apologize. I feel very naked today, and this is a first for Konkō Daijin Daisai, so I sincerely apologize to all of you. But today is a very special day, as all of you know. It's not just a service for Ikigami Konkō Daijin where we honor him. It's not just honoring him, but remembering him and remembering what he stood for. But we're also honoring someone very special to the San Diego Church, which is Mr. Richard Spies. Sorry, I know you want me to call you Dick, but I gotta call you by your full name. So, you know, if many of you probably know the story of San Diego, that without him and Mrs. Spies, there would have been no home for the San Diego Church, and they so graciously opened this part of their home to our Hiromae, and we're so grateful to be able to have this space. And so we really would like to, and again, without them, we would not be in existence. I would not be here. Most likely the church would have been, in fact, there was conversation about shutting down the church at one point. And fortunately, so fortunately, that didn't happen. And so I'm really very grateful to both Mr. and Mrs. Spies for just that generous action. And I can't believe it's been 5 years. You know, just 5 years. It's just unbelievable. So today, let's join our hearts in one as we give thanks to Ikigami Konkō Daijin, but also to Mr. Spies, who I am in so many ways indebted to. So without any further ado, let's begin today's prayer service with a prayer of sincere toitsuki. Chido haire, 4 sincere claps. Prayer of Sincere Toritsugi, page 1 of the Prayer Book Supplement. I am a Konkō-kyo believer. I believe in Ikigami Konkō Daijin, Tenchi Kane no Kami. I've come today to practice my faith, appreciate and acknowledge the blessings, favors, and interventions of Tenchi Kane no Kami, honor the ancestors, and learn more about the faith of Konkō Daijin. As I learn more about the heart of Tenchi Kane no Kami, I nurture the faith of my spiritual family. Thus, I boldly confess that my mind is alert, my heart is receptive, and I will never be the same as long as I practice the faith and receive Toritsugi. Ikigami Konkō Daijin sama, Tenchi Kane no Kami sama. Thank you. Chido haire, 4 sincere claps. 詫び申し上げます。お詫び申し上げます。お詫び申し上げます。お詫び申し上げます。先生。この力。指導拝礼 for sincere claps. 天津のりと page 2 of the prayer book supplement. 高間の反乱にかむずまります。かむろぎかむろみのみこともちてすめみおやかむいざなぎのみことつくしのひゅうがの立ちばなのおどのあわぎはらにみそぎはらいたまうときにあねませるはらいどのお神たちもろもろのまがごと積みけがれよ。払いたまい清めたまえと申すことのよしよはまつかみくにつかみやおよろずの神たちともにやめのぶちこまの耳振り立ててきこしめせとかしこみかしこみも申す。With each wave, may each and every one of your diseases and discomforts, pain and suffering, and all impurities and negativities be dispelled to the great and vast universe. Allow each and every one of us to be in the purest state of mind, as we are favored, blessed, and protected by the great love, virtue, and energy of Tenchi Kane no Kami. Oh, really? Please bow your heads in prayer. 慎みて、Ikigami Konkō Daijinの御前に間を割く。今より、Ikigami Konkō Daijin大祭、並びにスピーズリチャード、兜沖縄の御霊の神、五年御礼祭を執り行うんとす。教祖金光大臣をはじめ、歴代金光様、現教主金光様、金光教大阪教会、日広教会、玉水親教会、壁の教会、ヒューラーズ教会、和平和教会、各教会初代、歴代、現教会長の御徳をすがり申し、今日の御祭り使え祭らんとす。これ使え祭る、いやわざ記憶大阪に、老神祭る信奉者もろもろ、おのものもみを正し、心新たに高しめたまえと、勘取り次恋ネギ立て祭りて、かしこみもまおす。Ikigami Konkō Daijin, I seek your toritsugi for today's service. Today we conduct the autumn grand ceremony, honoring, memorializing, and appreciating Kyoso Ikigami Konkō Daijin, as well as the late Mr. Richard Spies. As someone without virtue, I seek to receive and cling to the virtue of Konkō Daijin, the successive Konkō-samas, the six Konkō-sama, as well as the founding, past, and present head ministers, the Konkō churches of Osaka, Nichihiro, Hamamizu, San Francisco, Abeno, Razu, and Wahiawa for today's service. Today, the believers and I come together with our hearts, bodies, and minds, refreshed, purified, and ready for today's service. Thank you. Now, please raise your heads. This time we will have the ritual, the offering ritual. please open your prayer books to page 8 for In Praise of Konkō Daijin. Ikigami Konkō Daijin sama. Ikigami Konkō Daijin sama. Reverently we invoke your name. You, our founder, practiced a true and diligent faith. You devoted yourself to Kami and were given blessings divine. Then a world opened before you, revealing the truth that Kami needs us as we need Kami. You accepted Kami's wish to give your life to mediation. Thus, the way of mediation of Ikigami Konkō Daijin was born. Countless numbers were saved, people's burdens were lifted, and Kami too was fulfilled. Thine will was thus revealed. Kami thanked and praised you, Konkō Daijin. Years passed and the world changed. Hardships came one after another. But you were steadfast in your faith and followed Kami without question. Finally, it was revealed, the name of Tenchi Kane no Kami. And Tenchi Kane no Kami said, I send Ikigami Konkō Daijin to bestow divine blessings and teach those who pray that Kami needs humanity as humanity needs Kami. With this great truth, Kami will flourish, prosperity be assured from generation to generation. You, our founder, served in mediation day and night, urging those who sought you to practice faith, receive blessings, and become one with Kami. You devoted yourself to fulfilling Kami's wish that everyone be saved and become a Kami. Kami praised you, Konkō Daijin, for saving Kami and humanity. You completed the 100 days devotion and left this physical world on the day Kami said would be Konkō Daijin Day. Humbly we give thanks to you, the way of mediation that has been handed down from generation to generation. To your disciples and theirs in turn, the way has spread far and wide. We are given wondrous blessings and filled with endless divine favor. We reflect on your life with love and reverently praise your great virtue. Please bow your heads in prayer. これの感動のにつき祭りませ祭る。天幕もあやに賢き。天地金の親神の広め。教祖金剛大臣の渦の前に採取。慎み病かしこみも魔を咲く。On this October 13th, 2024, the Kyoha Shinto Konkō Church of San Diego's Verli Court Worship Hall, we, your beloved children, offer our deepest gratitude for allowing us to hold the Ikigami Konkō Daijin Grand Ceremony on this rather cool yet warm day. Ikigami Konkō Daijin sama, you were born the second son of Juhen Shimokandori. Even as a child, you were deeply spiritual and devout. You showed great respect for the various kamis and Buddhas. Later, you were adopted by Kumejiro and Iwa Kawate of Otani village. Though you left your home in Urami village, you never forgot your roots, returning often to visit your birth parents. At the age of 23, you began to face many hardships, such as the passing of family members. At 42, you had a near-death experience, but were saved through your sincere and conscientious faith in Kami. Each trial strengthened your resolve and led you to live a life of sincerity, eventually guiding you to meet our parent Kami and deepening your connection with Tenchi Kane no Kami. Your faith, you taught the world how to live in harmony, embodying the truth that, quote, Kami and humanity support one another, end quote. On November 15, 1859, you received the divine directive, the Rikkyo Shinden, which proclaimed, quote, there are many like yourself who have sincere faith in Kami, but are still suffering. You will help them by performing toritsugi, end quote. With these words, parent Kami entrusted you with a great mission. At this pivotal moment, you made a changing decision, life-changing decision. You chose to leave farming behind at this disinclination of your family and dedicate your entirety to Kami, transforming your home into a worship hall and performing toritsugi. There was great opposition and criticism from those around you. But you prayed earnestly for each person seeking toritsugi and shared with them the heart and teachings of Kami. You guided them to embody the teachings as expressed in the third Gorikai, quote, just listening to the teachings is not enough. You should develop faith within yourself, end quote. Those who heeded your words and lived by the teaching soon began performing toritsugi in their own homes. And in this way, the way of toritsugi spread both within Japan and beyond. Through your sincere and steadfast faith in Kami, in September of 1868, you received the highest divine name, Ikigami Konkō Daijin. On October 10, 1873, Kami-sama revealed that you were sent into this world to serve as Tenchi Kano Kami's representative, to save those who suffer. As the world grew harsher, you accepted each difficulty as a divine lesson. By seeing everything as Kami's workings, our universal parents supported you in your faith. You developed and exemplified a relationship of mutual dependence, where Kami relied on you, and you relied on Kami. This is the sacred bond of Aiyo Kakyo. On September 21st, 1883, Kami-sama revealed, quote, for the sake of all people and for the beloved children with a prayer, I will take you from this world where you will have no more limitations and will be able to save people throughout the world through toritsugi. This is for the eternal legacy of Konkō Daijin. End quote. On October 10th, 1883, you passed away, and that day has since been honored as Konkō Daijin Day. Ikigami Konkō Daijin sama, you made great sacrifices during your lifetime to show us the profound beauty of having a relationship with Kami. You paved the path to happiness for each of us. Through your sacrifices, we are able to take responsibility for our mistakes, our meguri or sins, while also opening the way for Tenchi Kano Kami and humanity to draw closer and receive Kami's blessings. This year marks 141 years since your ultimate sacrifice, becoming one with Kami. Ikigami Konkō Daijin sama, you made a sacred promise to all of us. Quote, although my form may not be seen, I will go wherever I am asked to help the people, end quote. Through this vow, you opened the way of Ikigami Konkō Daijin's toritsugi, a tradition that has been passed down through generations for over 160 years. We know that whether we are near a church or not, all we need to do is call out your name. And as you promised, you will be there. We offer our hearts filled with love and gratitude to you, Ikigami Konkō Daijin, for this most sacred of promises, and for choosing to serve Tenchi Kano Kami. Because of you, there was a Reverend Shirakami Shinichiro I. There was a Reverend Sadashichi Inagaki. There was a Reverend Yasutaro Yukawa. Reverend Shigeru Yukawa, Reverends Fumio and Fumiko Matsui, and Reverend Norikazu Yukawa. Because of you, there is a Konkō Kyo North San Diego County gathering, Kyoha Shinto Konkō Church of San Diego, and a Konkō Kyo Chula Vista Kosha. Mahalo Nui. We give thanks for the successive Konkō-samas who have continued Ikigami Konkō Daijin's Toritsugi for 6 generations. We pray that we will realize the favor and blessings we have in our lives. And following the last words of the 5th Konkō-sama, Minasama Hambare, or as Reverend Suda interpreted, quote, everyone, continue doing your best. I am here supporting you, end quote. We will strive to live our faith and share it with others. By doing this, we are helping not only ourselves, but also those whom we know and have yet to meet. As your precious children, we'll do our best to renew ourselves, continue our practice of faith, live a kami-centered life, and live a life of sincerity so that we too can help others and become a kami. さらに、初代教会長が命の限り、信心の道に使え祭りし、心を心として、いよいよ生を揃えて、信心実践に勤しみ励ましめたまいて、広く世の役に立たしめたまいてまおす。Help us to recognize, acknowledge, and understand the irreverences we have committed in the past. We ask you to receive our apologies as we strive to reflect upon ourselves. Please help us to clear away the meguri through the practice of our individual faiths. Grant us the strength to learn from our mistakes, better ourselves, and move forward with clarity. Cleanse our bodies and minds through Toritsugi, including our concerns, angers, and the pain in our hearts through the mediator. We also offer our prayers of apology for neglecting the sanctity of this sanctuary, which was graciously gifted to us by the late Mr. and Mrs. Spies. This hiromae. We apologize for forgetting its true value and purpose. Please help us to rekindle the flame in our hearts so that we may always remember the sacrifice Mr. and Mrs. Spies made for the Konkō Church of San Diego. We ask that you take charge and guide us to a new home, to rebuild the San Diego Church. Kami-sama, our reality is pressing, and we need to find a new space. We need the financial resources to acquire or rent a place that will become your new home, a sanctuary of hope that people can run to versus run away from, and accommodate all believers. For the past 5 years, we have inconvenienced the Spies Ohana, and we implore you to shower us with your grace, mercy, and favor to find a new home, so we may share your teachings and help more people through Toritsugi. We commit to not depending on others, including Konkō-kyo headquarters, the North American Diocese, the Tamamizu Parent Church, unethical money, or the bank. However, we openly receive their Toritsugi and prayers. As an Ohana, we will cling to you and trust in you to rebuild our church. Guide us in rebuilding this sanctuary, which will be adorned with your virtue and grace, love and blessings, favor and spiritual nourishment. Help us to spread this faith within the borders of San Diego County and beyond, including Tijuana and other parts of Mexico. We pray that this year will see the crossing of physical borders to share your heart and love with the people of Mexico. Kami-sama, please help us to maintain unconditional love and compassion for all, especially in light of the challenges in our country and the world. Use us to make an impact, big or small, on our communities, cities, counties, and our nation. We mourn the hate crimes and senseless acts on innocent lives because of their race, skin color, sexual orientation, nationality, gender identity, ethnicity, etc. Let this church continue to be filled with love and joy to help heal the hearts of those seeking salvation. Fill the church, its ministers and members with laughter and harmony in order to increase the joy and peace in the lives and souls of all who encounter the San Diego Church, its ministers and members. 親先生御取り次ぎの御心を我ら信奉者愛ともに心新たに求めゆき、誠の影をように表さん願いも。 玉溝や教会布教120年の御祭りを心を結び麗しく力を叶えて迎えんと今月今日祈り祭る。As this prayer comes to an end, we firmly commit to developing our relationship with you, taking opportunities to learn the teachings imparted by Konkō Daijin and incorporate what we have learned into our daily faith lives. Finally, we pledge to perform goyo, service of love and appreciation, and give appreciation not only to you, but also to Kyōko of San Diego Konkō-kyo. そう自己の救い助けられる取り次ぎの道の勢いをさらにさらに推し進めしめたまい。神根高大臣取り次ぎの道の御光をやかうえにも輝かしめ祭り。教団の歩みのまさきに立ちて、その誉れをしるく上げしめたまいて、総じ込みの安全世界真の平和達成のために、教会長以下のものもいさおしく、らしめたまえと、乗り立て祭り願い祭楽と、かしこみもまおす。As this prayer comes to an end, we pray that the blessings and favor of today's service is granted and received by all here today, those who could not be with us. Me ke aloha pume hana, mahalo anui e, our beloved Ikigami Konkō Daijin. Now, please raise your heads. Offering of Tamaguchi by our guest speaker, Ms. Michelle Miyatake Kuruma. Representing our congregation will be our church advisors, Mrs. Mutsuko Tashiro and Miss Vivian Spies. Please join with them as they offer the tamakshi. 一同共に拝礼。Prayer for Grace, page 3 of the prayer book supplement. I think all of you must have it. I think. Prayer for Grace. Kami-sama, give me grace for this day, not for a lifetime, nor next year, next month, next week, or tomorrow. Yes, give me grace just for this day. Direct my work and bless it. Advise me the things I say and give them blessings too. Direct and bless everything that I think, do, and speak, so that for this one day I have the gift of grace that comes from your presence. Kami-sama, just this one day, let me live generously and kindly in a state of grace and goodness that makes me a little bit like you. Shido haire, 4 sincere claps. You're not helping. Whatever. Shido Haire for sincere claps. Okay. So, okay, please bow your heads and pray. Spies 系先祖代々、ス系先祖代々、角系先祖代々、マモト系先祖代々、レア系先祖代々、スカ系先祖代々の交通屋の御霊の、キスヤエの御霊の神、ジョセフ・スピーズの御霊の神、ソフィー・ポスタの御霊の神、ラバーン・カリア、シー姫の御霊の神、緑愛鳥、狐愛鳥、ゴーのスピーズチャートで兜避難の御霊の神の5年に言い出し申し上げたて祭ります。ゴーのスピーズチャートで兜避難の御霊の神の5年を使え祭らんと、水組牛の御霊の神、川安太郎三牛にちべるに頭牛の御霊の神、わあしげる牛の御霊の神、わあせいち牛の御霊の神、わあすお牛の御霊の神、わあぬりかず牛の御霊の神、わあしはると姫の御霊の神の御とこを下り申し、たて祭ります。Now, inspiration. Please open your prayer books to page 12 for the Mitama prayer. The spirit of the late Mr. Richard de Spies, Kabuto Kina no Mitama no Kami. You were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You'll be remembered eternally, your life retold from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society, the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you entered the Konkō faith. You walked the way of Konkō Daijin, respecting the will of the divine heart. You amassed great merit for your faith, to take into the world beyond and leave to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our home, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. So, please bow your heads and pray. Like Mr. Richard Dix, he's Kabuto Kinano. It's hard to believe that in just a week and a half, October 20th, 2024, 5 years will have passed since your departure. This morning, the Ohana of the San Diego Church sends you our warmest aloha. Your presence and delicious meals you lovingly prepared, especially the barbecued meats, are dearly missed. Not only by Vivian, but by all the members of the San Diego Church. You were a steadfast figure for us here. Without your and Kimio's generous sacrifice of offering a room in your home for the church to use, the San Diego Church may have ceased to exist. The flame of faith here in San Diego would have been extinguished. However, you also touched the lives of many beyond San Diego and this church. Miss Cheryl Tsuki shared, quote, "They often gifted Jubilee lovely holiday dresses when she was a small child. We fondly took photos of her wearing them in front of the Christmas tree, her face beaming with a big smile. It was a chance for her to feel special and loved, especially by the extended community. The Spies have always supported the Tsuki family and the Konkō Church of Los Angeles throughout the years. Though I may not know every interaction, effort, or precious act." Such was the nature of your heart. Such were your actions. And it is only, as you know, this coming December, the San Diego Church will hold its 5th Haigai San Diego Kyoko Rosha Hotokusai, or ceremony honoring those of meritorious service to the faith overseas and in San Diego. You will continue to be honored alongside beloved Kimio, Dr. Katsumi Miyai, Reverend Norita Yukawa, Mrs. Sheila Mary Chapman, and Madam Nitz Hiroban, all of whom contributed to the growth and preservation of the faith in San Diego. We ask that you continue to watch over your daughter, Lydia. Guide her in doing what is right and turning her heart to Kami-sama. Laugh with her, talk with her, love her, as you always have. Help her in all aspects of her life, from work, household matters, to her faith, health, happiness, and her own personal journey. With Kimio, Dr. Miyai, Reverend Yukawa, Ms. Chapman, and Madam Bando, please watch over the faith community here in San Diego, as well as our members in Arizona, Colorado, Hawaii, Nevada, New Jersey, Texas, and Michigan. Tend to both new and long-standing members, helping them to keep their hearts focused on Kami-sama. Please also keep an eye on Puedes. Help him to stay healthy so he can continue serving the members of the San Diego Church, the Ujib of California, Mexico, and wherever else he may be called. Keep him strong and guide him through seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Grant him your determination, patience, and strength in times of difficulty. And lead him to make the right decisions and say the right words to support those in need. Help him attain financial strength to rebuild his church, creating a place reminiscent of Kamanizu, Taiwan, Aben, and Hamada within the North American diocese. However, on a personal note, I am deeply grateful for your guidance. You have kept your promise to help me with the repairs for Kimio, the car I have been privileged to drive. And I appreciate it more than I can ever express. I feel your presence and Kimio's support when I come to in moments of despair and uncertainty. Please continue to be there when I turn to you in times of darkness, confusion, and doubt. Please accept these offerings placed before you as simple tokens of our love and gratitude. Accept the heartfelt kamakshi offerings of each person here today. Dick, miss you. On behalf of your Ohana, San Diego Konkō Daijin community, Reverend Masao Yukawa, Reverend Roderick Hashimoto, Reverend Joanne Lynn Tosa, Reverend Rodney Takeshiyama, I offer my sincerest and warmest aloha and appreciation for all you have done and all you continue to do for us. Today, aloha kume ma. Now, please raise your hands. Sister Cheryl, I'm going to ask you if you could please offer these on behalf of Reverend Yoshua Fujigawa and Kenji. I'm sorry, Yoshua Fujigawa and Kenji. And finally, Michelle, I would like to ask if you could please offer this on behalf of Cheryl and Julie. Please open your prayer books to page 14 for the ancestral prayer. Dear Mitama spirits, everlasting and integral part of the divine heart of the universe, we pray that the Mitama of our ancestors and family, as well as the Mitama of all people, are in eternal peace and happiness. To you who have gone before us, we give thanks wholeheartedly for paving the way through hardships and self-sacrifice, in order that we who are here today can receive all the benefits of your endeavors. To you, our ancestral spirits, we gratefully acknowledge the protection and guidance which you have bestowed upon us. We pray that you continue to protect and guide us throughout our daily lives. We pray that we realize and develop your divine virtue, this and every. 一度入れ for sincere claps. So highlight for sincere claps. Divine message received on November 15, 1859. With the completion of this sacred staff, I will end your farming too. Please understand. When you're out farming, the person at home has to go out and call you whenever someone comes to give a request. And after you relay the request, you have to go back out again. You have to keep going in and out of the field. This gives you little time for farming. And the worshiper must also wait for you. Both you and the worshiper are being inconvenienced. Won't you stop farming? When you were gravely ill at 42, the doctors gave up hope. Everyone worried about you. You prayed to the kamis and Buddhas and were blessed with complete recovery. Regard this event as your death. Dispel all desires and assist Tenchi Kane no Kami. Also, your wife should consider herself a widow. This is better than being a real woman, as she can still talk to you and discuss matters. She should take the children with her to do the farm work. There are many people like yourself with sincere faith in Kami, but still have many problems. Help these people by performing mediation. This will help Kami and save people. People exist because of Kami, and Kami exists because of people. Thus, Kami supports people as people's children, and people support Kami as their parents. There will be eternal prosperity through Aiyo Kakyo, mutual interest. Please join me on page 6 for the recitation of the Tenchi. Ikigami Konkō Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Shin ni negae. Ikigami Konkō Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Shin ni negae. Kage wa waga kokoro ni ari. Kage wa waga kokoro ni ari. Hongetsu ponnichi de tanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within. Hearts grateful and caring. Harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day. Oración de Tenchi Katsuke, page 6 of the prayer book summary. A través de Ikigami Konkō Daijin, voy a Tenchi Kane con todo el corazón. A través de Ikigami Konkō Daijin, voy a Tenchi Kane con todo el corazón. La gracia dependa del corazón de cada uno. La gracia dependa del corazón de cada uno. Oré ahora en este momento. Oré ahora en este momento. Chido highlight 4 sincere claps. Thank you all very much, both online and in person, for joining us here for the Ikigami Konkō Daijin Grand Ceremony, as well as the 5th Memorial for Mr. Spies. Today say what I want to say for after. But because I want to get to our guest speakers, I think they have a more important message to present. We have two wonderful guest speakers today. One, although she lives in Los Angeles, I know where she lives. It's hard to get into that place and hard to find out, but oh well. But it's good by some very good, delicious Chinese food. Like one of my favorite restaurants is right by your neighborhood. So I know that place kind of well. So the other person will soon be coming to Hawaii. He's already an associate minister. On December 1st, he will be made the 6th head minister of the Konkō Mission, which I'm really excited about. And when I introduce him, I will share with you a little something that he shared with you. For those of you who don't speak Japanese, so there is a little something that he wanted me to share with those of you who don't speak Japanese. But before we get to Reverend Sekiguchi, I'm very excited because we have the wonderful, amazing Miss Michelle Nakake Kuma. Michelle is a Kokyo, or Mistress Assistant at the Konkō Church of San Francisco. I'm really grateful to her because when I was first asked to do a public ceremony, my very first public ceremony, I've never done a public ceremony here on the continent. In Hawaii, I've done a bunch of them, but on the continent, my very first public ceremony was during Nisei for the Oharai, for the this Mikoshi group called Black Nisei. And this group, I don't know, I had no confidence myself. I was so like, I can't do this. I think you're nuts. I got a phone call from Cheryl asking this, and I was going to say no, but I can't say no to Cheryl. So I said yes, not knowing what I was getting myself into. And then Michelle calls me, and Michelle's talking to me, and I felt kind of calm listening to her saying, just follow Michelle, follow what Cheryl says, you can't go wrong, and we're here to support you, we're here to back you up, whatever you need, we're here for that. And it was very helpful having the support of both Cheryl and Michelle and Nico and Edward there. Just kind of knowing I had, not thinking that anything bad was going to happen, but just kind of feeling that additional support. In front of people, I had no clue who these people were. No clue. And it's because of that kind of support that I've been asked for 3 years in a row to continue to do this service for them. And I'm very grateful to Michelle and Cheryl, and especially Michelle too, because she shares with me aspects of Tsuki sense of life that I had no clue. I'm going to take her words. And Michelle once said, Reverend Tsuki is a very misunderstood minister. And yes, you are absolutely right, Michelle. She is a very misunderstood minister. I have completely misunderstood her completely. Until I stepped into his shoes. Until I felt him and his father guiding me. Every time I had to do a public service in Los Angeles, I really felt that it was an experience to learn and understand, to grow. Not because I really felt stagnant as a minister. And if it wasn't for Michelle, it wasn't for Cheryl just coming in and helping me and supporting me, I really have understood what Hollywood was about. And for most people, that sounds like a very derogatory term, Hollywood. But actually, I've come to learn that it is the highest form of jitsui one can ever ask for. And so I'm very grateful. I'm so happy that Michelle has accepted the invite and my request to do today's service. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce all of you to the amazing Michelle Miyake. You're going to need this. I'm going to get you about this. Oh, look at that. No, it happens. No.
Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. And it is very interesting with my journey with Todd Sensei. So I started out when I first joined the Konkō churches, working with Reverend Suyuki, like you said, and that was for quite a few years. But come to realize that and then I ultimately have been working with Konkō churches San Francisco for the past 7, 8, 9 years ish. Come to find out that Joanne, since the head minister of San Francisco, her training was Todd Sensei. It's a small world, and today I just learned that Jubilee was close to Mr. Spies. So the world is really small. I think the small circles happen for a reason, and that just sort of struck me today. And hearing about Jubilee's dress, and Jubilee's told me so many wonderful stories. And the reason I'm here today is Jubilee's here. She said, "Come to church on Sunday." I said, "Okay." And I've been here ever since. That was 10 years ago. So I was thinking about what to speak about today, and so I was thinking about faith and legacy. We have our Konkō-samas. We're on the 6th Konkō-sama. That's all the legacy and all the efforts of the first 5 Konkō-samas and all that they have done. And for a more practical example, if you know me at all, you know I love hockey. So there's this player, his name's Jordan Spence. And he was born in Japan. And so his mother's Japanese, I think his father's Canadian. So he became this, he was a young child playing hockey. Just like you need to do goyo, just like you work, anything you do, you do your very best. He did his very best. And he was the first kid on the ice, the last kid on the ice. He picked up all the pucks, he put the net away, everything, and he kept practicing day and night because he wanted to make it. So they moved to Canada. He had some ups and downs, but he never gave up. And now he's on the LA Kings in the NHL because he didn't give up. This kid from Japan, who's smaller, undersized, as they say, but he did it. So you never know what can happen and what kind of legacy you can leave. He's still young, so we'll see what he does in hockey. But his mother, look at the goyo, look at the efforts, look at the legacy she has. Not just a famous son, but a good son, with good effort. And he's still the same way. He's first on the ice, last on the ice. He's helpful, he's kind. At any community event, he's there. So those traits are good traits to follow, and that's what I was thinking about legacy. So I found a teaching 308. A person lives for only a generation, but his or her name can live on for many. In your lifetime, do things that will have your name live on after you die. So Mr. Spies, for generations, I'm sure stories will be told. And the Konkō-samas and all the mitama. So one of the things is, I was going to speak about the farmers, the Konkō Daijin's history, but Todd has covered all of that, so I'm just going to move on from that. But one of the things about legacy is to remember and learn from the mitama and from the elders. So the mitama that have passed are still very active. I remember actually, Reverend Suji mentioned that as a mitama, you work harder than when you were on earth living as a human being. Because now you have 24/7 to pray for others and keep working. And you have to support others. And day in and day out, I see Joanne Sensei from San Francisco working hard and constantly living her faith in every single possible way. So all these aspects and the legacy she will leave and the lives she's touched, I'm sure, and in time will be the same. So for me, I'm a teacher and I'm a counselor of sorts, and I also do some other work that relates. But one of the things recently is I lost a lot of weight. And first I thought, okay, I'm going to do this to be healthy. It became your spiritual journey. And one of the things, well, was the three things that I focused on was belief in myself, working smart, and my faith. So working smart doesn't mean work 24/7. It means work smarter, not harder. I work very hard. I work too hard. I don't always work smarter. So I learned to work smarter with my time, my exercise, my diet, my life. All of a sudden, life got simpler. And the first thing I gave up was dessert. I love dessert. Anything sweet has to be. I will do anything for a delicious dessert. So, but the first thing I had to give up was dessert. So just like in faith, if you expect miracles for minimal effort, in your faith it will not develop. It takes effort, it takes time, it takes toil, it takes patience, it takes heart. So you're not going to get an ice cream right away. You have to work this. And so by giving up desserts and sugar, it was really hard. And I had to learn to discipline myself. I had to find ways not to eat, drink 96 ounces of water a day. Many other tricks I discovered on how to not eat sugar. I love sugar. And just as in my faith journey, I can't expect miracles unless I do my part on my faith development. So I started my version of morning prayer, a combination of Voice of the Universe and the prayer book. Every morning, every night. And I'm always driving, always working, so I have to kind of always keep everything with me. So sometimes the time has changed. But it was that effort. It had to be done every single day consistent. For the same reason that was a good thing for me. It also kept, I could not eat my sugar. Instead, I didn't think that for myself. I drank water. Now I actually like water. That's a big surprise. And then the next step was more along the lines of working smart. I love San Francisco. I want to be there 24/7. I can't, but I try. So in order to work smart, I have to work hard at home. I have to plan my time. And I have to do oil at home for my church in San Francisco. Whether it's a meeting or it's things I'm learning. I email it, we go back and forth, we have Zoom sessions. I'm still working very hard, I'm still learning. And one of the things I discovered was time. Time is extremely valuable. So the next step in my diet was, they call it building capacity in the teaching world, but my diet and exercise. So my diet, I had this extremely specific diet. But I had to follow it to the letter and be disciplined about it. And that was a good thing. It made structure and it helped me maintain my weight and to lose more weight. But the other piece was in my faith journey, just like I also needed the diet there. I can't just do one big gesture and think it's going to be okay. It's an everyday thing, everyday task. Morning prayer, afternoon prayer. Thank you for the parking space. When I go to San Francisco and I could train, I could learn from cousins. It's a daily faith, daily task. Same as my diet, I have to maintain daily. One day if I go and eat sugar or I eat too much, I have to be in the gym, I have to work out, I have to fast for 24 hours the next day. But always maintaining my pattern and routine to continue. And I watched my faith grow. And I also watched my confidence grow. And I became calm, very, very, very relaxed. And that part of me that's very intense, it was getting smaller and smaller. One of my friends says I have a cloud over my head. I'm always thinking, I'm always worried about things. Like Charlie Brown, if you know that. Well, by the time I got to the point of my diet and my faith and my discipline and my routine, the cloud got smaller. It got smaller. I can only eat this much at a time. And it's still like the cloud kept getting smaller. And then I discovered stamina and focus. One day I over-exercised too much. And my trainer looked at me and says, "That's very nice, but you didn't do the exercise correctly. Do it again." just wasted an hour of my time. Okay. So I thought about that. He was right. So the next week, even to today, I only do half an hour a day in the morning, half an hour in the evening. But it's to perfection, it's precise, it's correct. And I got more done in half an hour than I did in the 2 hours I did on my own. That goes back to daily prayer, daily discipline, daily routine, and wholeheartedly praying, wholeheartedly working. Exercise is not supposed to do it correctly, to pray correctly, not that's the correct way to pray, but more of a with an open heart, with a very focused mind. And all of a sudden, my insight got better. And this is how I knew. My students, they reacted quick. They learned quicker. And I would say something, all of a sudden, they would respond. Some students don't respond as much. All of a sudden, everything happened faster. After a workout, I didn't hurt as much. And I felt much more joy. And then my cloud was almost gone. My angst was almost gone too. Actually, that's completely gone. But the cloud was just there for a little bit longer. And then my dosoke. I've done Nihongo for 25 years at least. And our dosoke came down from Japan for a 1 week lesson, which is a huge honor to come to for her to come from the United States. And I haven't danced full time in probably 10 years. I was busy raising my family. Well, I get there, and I thought I lost it. I thought I had forgotten my technique. I didn't. It was still there. It needed improvement, but the base was there. And at the same time, that week, I prayed more than I prayed a very long time. Please help me do my Ogoni correctly. It's been so long. Can I do this? I hope I can do this. And I did. And it was fun because the entire week I followed my morning prayer, afternoon prayer, I think for the parking space, all the other things I do throughout the day. The cloud was almost gone. And by the end of the week, I learned to dance correctly, and I felt whole and complete. Whatever was missing before my life, all of a sudden, it filled that hole, that space in me. The space that wanted to be good at something that I knew I wanted to be better. So that was a huge accomplishment. And the cloud was gone. I have not seen it since. That was about a month ago. Thank you very much, cloud. It's gone. My angst is gone. But it's been replaced with peace, calm, and I'm fit. So all of those things together came to be. So I was thinking about all the students I've taught over the years. And it's been a while. And I hope that I leave a lasting memory with each and every student to be the best they can and to try and to work hard and to believe they could do more. If they could do this, keep doing more, pushing more until you've reached your max. To be the best possible person for you. And there's no measurement there. It's just to feel complete and whole. And so I thought some more and I said, okay, I'm almost there. I'm 12 pounds away from my goal. And when I looked at my faith journey, I'm also 12 pounds away from a few things I need to do. And a few things I need to learn. So I look forward to continuing to learn from everybody in San Francisco. For my pal, AJ Ayabe, he's an elder there, and I continue to learn a lot from him. He's 80-something years old, and he's so spry and so young. Yeah, he is, definitely. And I'm extremely grateful for the support and training I have received in San Francisco, as well as what I received before that. So my last thought was the legacy I would like to leave. So someday, 100 years from now, someone else will remember me in this way. Take care of each other and make time to talk and share your important moments the way we did. Remember and share the moments and conversations and pass them on to the next generation if it's helpful to somebody else. I love Kibimai. Please teach Kibimai to the next generation so this can go on and the next generation will continue this wonderful thing. That was the best experience, my first time learning Kibimai when they came down from Japan. Keep teaching the next generation. Teach others what I have taught you and share the knowledge for the greater good so they can teach somebody else. Listen and make time for quality time for the ones you love. Not talk back and forth. One talks, one listens. One talks, one listens. And then so you can get everything out, everything you want to say, that's you're struggling with, or whatever angst you have. And then have some coffee and chit-chat away. But start with a deep, heartfelt conversation. I don't know how long I've sat for hours listening. And I'm so thankful for what I've learned from them. And lastly, make time to laugh and to smile and remember the funny things. Remember the things that happen, the good things, bad things. Share those too. Because people can learn from that as well. So, legacy is something that will live on far beyond you, and legacy lives on through stories. Stories others tell about you, stories you tell about others. And those can go on. And one of my little wish list things is to write like a short little book on all the great memories and conversations that I've had with people and just meaningful times as I'm getting older. People are passing, and I want to remember those conversations and times, and to really build on the legacy, not just mine, but theirs. As Mitamas, they have their own legacy for building. And I know there's no surprise that I ended up in San Francisco, knowing Joan Sensei and Yata Sensei. Even though I live in Los Angeles, I spend more time in San Diego and in San Francisco. But I'm very thankful for everyone on my journey so far. And I have 12 more pounds of weight and more than 12 more pounds of faith to learn. And hopefully someday I'll be beyond fulfilled, but that's up to Kami-sama and Kami-sama's plan. So I just want to end with this, this Mitama prayer. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes, protect us, guide us, enrich us. And home is not just a physical house. Home is in your heart. Home is where you want to be. Home is when you're with someone who you really care about. That's home. And with Kami-sama and home together, Bob's gone, and Ace is gone, and I couldn't ask for any more. And Kami-sama really helped. And I'm very thankful for my fitness journey so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Like.
Oh my! Oh, they can't hear me. That's a magical mic. Let me tell you. So our next presenter is our Japanese speaker. He originally. So I'm going to read what he wrote. So for those of you who don't speak Japanese, just a little, he did write something. You'll figure it out. His sermon is I think it's very easy to understand. He does mix some English words in there, and there's a reason for that. Let me read what he said. So his real name, so what's on Konkō headquarters says Sekiguchi Yoki. His real name is Reverend Yoki John Speech. John is actually in his name. So he writes, for those of you who don't speak Japanese, I was born and raised in Hawaii. When I turned to 7, my family and I moved back to Japan to Kawasaki City. When I turned 21, I decided to move back to Hawaii myself. In his sermon, we'll talk more about that, but all of the Japanese, and it's just an amazing story. It was a tough life, and at that time, I met Hiko Sensei. He is the head minister of the Yao Church. And he invited me to the Konkō Church of Konkō. I got strongly influenced by the word which Konkō Koichi Sensei gave me, and also my suffering had vanished after I started listening to the church. I decided to become a Konkō minister. During the COVID-19, I was in the seminary and also working at Konkō headquarters. I spent 4 years there. When I look back at my life at this time, I realized that I had such a horrible behavior and bad manners to people and also to other people and also to Kami-san. And as I started to clean off my bad behavior and manners from this point, this was the start of my Shin. The Kami's heart is the point of my faith. There was no Kami in my heart before, but now it is with me. So as you heard, he was born and raised in Hawaii until the age of 7. I had the wonderful opportunity. I was stuck with a Japanese speaker. I didn't know who to ask. And then when I knew I was going to meet him for the first time at Reverend Nagai's funeral, I said, I'm going to do the sermon. So I did it. And his head minister, Reverend Kiko, was so, you want to do it, you do it. And we actually ended up having dinner together. We had dessert together. At the great place, very healthy dessert option. Meat, fresh, healthy dessert option. Trust me, I've been there every time I go to Los Angeles. We actually spoke for over 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. We just kept talking and talking. And his faith journey is just so incredible. And I'm so excited that he will be taking over the Hero Church. I'm just very, very happy and excited that he'll be taking over the Church. So you all get to hear his sermon. It's his first time giving a Japanese sermon at all. He's never done that. He's done an English sermon once at the church, and that was it. This is his first time doing one of one. And I'm hoping, and he said he'd like to try one in English for our church at another point in time. But he's a little more confident in his English skill. But without further ado, I would really love for all of you to learn and hear Reverend Sekiguchi's sermon. Learn from Reverend Sekiguchi's sermon. So give me a bit because I'm crossing my fingers it's downloaded appropriately. Wait, no, I'm crossing my fingers, please. No, we're stuck with you. Sorry. Okay. Share screen. He looks scary in this picture, but he's super nice. He's a very nice guy. Like, he's super duper duper nice. And I'm hoping you'll be able to hear him, although the video I made is better. Okay, we might all have to gather around.
皆さんこんにちは。
Oh no, it's
はじめまして。初めての方がほとんどかとは思います。広教会在籍教師、関口陽樹と申します。本日は、今日の機会をする機会をいただき、誠にありがとうございます。池上金光大臣大祭でお話をしてくれないかと、1週間前、トット先生にホノルルで言われました。私が姉妹教師のような私が受けていいのかなと迷いもありましたが、ありがたいご用として受けさせていただく運びになりました。ありがとうございます。まずはですね、何者なのかと思っている方が、ほとんどかと思いますので、簡易的に自己紹介をさせていただきたいと思います。私のフルネーム、関口ジョン陽樹と申しまして、フルネームジョンがついております。なぜジョンがついているかと申しますと、私は日本生まれではなくハワイ生まれです。血は純日本人なのですが、 両親の仕事が当時、ホノルル、ハワイでありまして、そこで、駐在期間中ですね、生まれまして、7歳までハワイのホノルルで、過ごさせていただきました。なので、その際にアメリカ国籍にミドルネームをつける欄があるので、当時一番、人気だったという安易な理由でジョンとなりました。はい。弟はマイケルということでですね、関口ジョン陽気、というのが私のアメリカパスポートのフルネームでございます。はい、7歳までハワイで過ごした後ですね、父が会社からですね、戻ってきてよいと戻って、日本でお仕事をするようにというふうに通達が来ましたので、7歳以降はハワイを引き上げて、神奈川県、川崎、横浜エリアの方に移住しました。ただですね、私はずっとハワイに帰りたいなという強い気持ちがありましたので、20歳ですね、過ぎて21歳の頃にハワイに一人単身戻ったと。そこからハワイ生活を自分一人で始めて、今は根高教の教師になったという、すごく大雑把にちょっといろいろ割愛して、説明させていただきましたが、大雑把に、話すとそのような経歴が僕のバックグラウンドにバックボーンとしてあるという感じですね。なので2つの国で過ごして、根高教にですね、入信したというのが私の今に至るまでの経歴になります。はい、そこが一番気になるという方もいらっしゃると思いますが、本日は、池上金光大臣大祭でのお取り次ぎのお話をしてくださいと頼まれましたので、私のお話になると20分は優に超えてしまいますので、本日は少し割愛しながらお話しさせていただきたいと思います。はい。ただ、私の金光教に入信したきっかけというのも、同時に、お取り次ぎ、お結界が、深くというか、ほぼそれが中心となって、関わっておりますので、私の体験談も交えながら、本日をお話しすると、私のことも含め、私がどのようにお結界お取り次ぎを持っているかということも分かるのではないかなと思わせていただきます。すみません、少し前置きが長くなりましたが、これから今日はを使いさせていただきたいと思います。はい、まずは、皆様ですね、お結界、お取り次ぎというものをどのように思われておりますか？ある人にとっては神様にお願いする場所。ある人にとっては日々の辛い気持ちですとか、抱えている悩みを吐き出す場所。など、様々な解釈があるかと思いますが、私はですね、私はどのように思っているかと言いますと、お結界、お取り次ぎとは、神様の願いを分からせていただく場所というふうに定義しております。なぜかというと、私がそこで初めて神様の願いを分からせていただいたという自分の経験があるからでございます。そして、しかしですね、金光教の方はそうでないと思うのですが、いわゆる未信奉者や一般の方は、そんな別に神様の願いなんて分かんなくてもいいじゃないかと思う方が大半かもしれません。一般の世界では。しかし、私たち金光教、またはですね、そうじゃない方も、いろんな考え方はあると思うんですけど、私たち金光教は神様のおかげの中で生きているということを教徒様を通じて、分からせていただいておりますので、それがいかに大切なことかということは皆様も重々承知かと思います。なので、私はですね、お結界を通じて神様の身思い、 を分からせていただき、よりですね、自分が神の氏子として適切な生き方、適切なあり方を求めさせていただく場として、非常に貴重な、このようにいろんな場所があると思いますが、教会の結界というのは、なかなかそこら辺歩いている神様の思いというのは分からないと思いますが、お広間、そして結界に進むことによって神様の、思いが分かるという非常に貴重な場として、捉えております。ではですね、改めて、本当に神様の願いを理解する必要があるのかというところに話を戻しますと、三神殿ですね。天地を語るをちょっと使わせていただきます。天地を語るの三神殿で、神様が教祖様にですね、昔このような、お言葉を授けております。明治6年、1873年ですね、10月10日。こちら、ちょっと全部読ませていただきたいと思います。天地金の神と申すことは、天地の上に氏子を追っておかげを知らず、神仏の宮寺や城、氏子の方々が本人の辞書、そのわけ知らず、方角日柄ばから見て無礼いたし、全然の巡り合わせ難を受け、氏子、信心をしておかげを受け、と、まずは前半に書いてあります。つまりですね、まず前半の部分を要約しますと、天地の間に氏子を追って、おかげを知らないというふうにまず天地神の神様は投げております。そしてですね、みんな、根人の辞書なのに自分の家のごとく扱ってですね、その訳を知らずにですね、方角日柄ばから見て無礼をしていると。で、さらに、全然の巡り合わせですね、を受け、難を受けていると。つまり神様から見た私たちはですね、非常に無礼をして、おかげを知らず、そして巡りを合わせも分からず難を受けているというふうにですね、神様は嘆いておられます。そしてその後にですね、氏子を信心しておかげを受けと、今般、天地金の神より、ikigami konkō大神差し向け、願う氏子におかげを授け、理解申して聞かせ、末々まで繁盛いたすこと、氏子ありての神、神ありての氏子、神しも立つようにいたし候というふうに後半書かれております。こちらを要約しますと、まず氏子に信心しておかげを受けてほしいという願いが神様から私たちに授けられております。そして、天地金の神様より、Ikigami Konkō大神様ですね、を差し向け、願いを氏子におかげを授け、理解を申し聞かせ、それぞれまで繁盛させてやるといたすこと、そして、繁盛してくれたら、神しも立つようにいたし候と。神様も人間も共に、立ち行きがあるようにするように、できるというふうに、神様が明治6年、10月10日に神様、Ikigami Konkō大神様に、その言葉、日本語に願いを授けられています。私はこの三神殿の明治6年が一番神様がどのように人間、人類を捉えて、そして、るかというのを明確に記されていると思います。つまりですね、ざっくり一言でまとめますと、私たち人類は間違って生きているのかもしれないというふうに解釈できるわけです。そしてかくいう私も大間違いしてこれまで生きておりました。私が入信したきっかけは、自分が間違っていると気づいたから入信いたしました。そして、お結界、お取り次ぎに助けられて、ここまで今生きているというふうに自覚しております。なぜ、そのようにね、私自身を反省するかというようになって言いますとですね、結界取り次ぎ、お取り次ぎによって神様の身思いを知り、私が間違っていたのだと自分で実感できていたからです。本日はそのエピソードもお話ししたいと思います。 私はですね、金光教に入信したのは24歳、入信したというか、初めてお結婚の場に住ませていただいたのが24歳の時でした。それまでは全くの未信仰者でした。いわゆる先ほど言った三神年ですね、6年文化のわけ知らず、大垣日柄ばかり見て、難儀をしているといった状況でした。なぜなら、私は全部自分の力で、今生きているというふうに当時勘違いして生きておりました。そういう生き方をしているとですね、やはり難儀になってくるんですね。人間関係がうまくいかない、人生が苦しい、精神的苦しい、なんかこう、すべてがうまくいかないっていうね。割愛してね、本日は私のエピソードは、ミニマムにお話しさせていただきますが、当時ですね、ハワイに一人単身帰ってきて、私はですね、一人で生きてやるというふうに勘違いして生きておりましたので、両親とも疎遠というか絶縁状態になったりとかですね、なかなか新しい人間関係が築けなかったりとかですね、私自身の心が非常にこう、もやのかかったような、ハワイなのに真っ黒の感情を抱えながら生きているという日々を過ごしておりました。そんな中ですね、24歳の頃、ハワイとコナン仕事を転職しまして、その時にあったのが、大阪府八尾教会で先の建設でございます。直属の上司でございまして、いろいろ指導をしていただいたのですが、私の精神的な、苦しみや、家庭で絶縁状態になっているようなさまざまな内容をお話聞いてくださいまして、そこからですね、教会のお結会に行って一回話してみたらどうだという勧めもあって、組藤さんなら信用できる方だし、行ってみようということで、その際初めてお結会教会に住ませていただきました。その際ですね、初めてのすごく緊張していたのですが、私が悩みを話し、お届けお願いしますと言って、お気にしていただいて、その際、下がってきた言葉がですね、杉内君は今までですね、自分で生きているというふうに思ってここまで生きてきたかもしれないんですけど、どうか生かされているという視点を持ってこれから生きてみてくださいと言葉が下がってまいりました。本当にですね、ことわざを使うと目から鱗でしたね。全くその視点は、私にはなく、端的に申しますと、今までは神なしでの生き方をしていたのですが、この言葉を聞いた瞬間から神ありの人生に変わりました。いわゆるですね、神様が私の人生に今まで全くいなかったのですね。そして神様もそのことをとても嘆いていたのではないでしょうか。そのために、神様は池上金光大臣様ですね、当時の教祖様に、皆神の氏子ということを気づいてほしいということで、教会を作って、そして、教祖様のような素晴らしい、信心丁寧にしている方にですね、どうか声を、私の願いを代弁してほしいということで、教祖様が選ばれたのではないのかなと、お伝記を読ませていただいて、そのように思わせていただきます。私もですね、いわゆる神様の全く願いですとか、神様がいるとか、神様のおかげで生きているなんていう視点、思いは全くなかったので、もしかしたら私が今生きているというふうに思って生きてきたのですが、これは神様のおかげなのではないかなと。そして神様のおかげはもっともっとそういう狭いところではなくて広く広がってきて、私も信心をすればより今の難儀な生き方が良くなり、おかげをもっと受けられるのではないかなと。そこから少しずつですね、時間をかけて改正するようにいたしました。そうするとですね、両親ともう一度疎遠状態から復活して、交流を深めることを再度もう一度できること できることになりましたし、人間関係や心のですね、負荷が取れて心が和らぎ軽くなったようなですね、感覚もありました。人生が、その取り次ぎを通してからどんどんと好転しまして、いわゆるおかげを授かったなというのは、信奉者の私でも実感するぐらい、人生が好転しました。本当にありがたいことでした。そのようにですね、お結界というのはですね、お願いを叶える場所ではなくて、人間本来の状態に戻り、おかげを受けられる場所なのではないかなと思います。それは自分の願いを叶えるというのではなくて、神様の願いを分からせていただく場所、そして、そのような働きがあるからではないのでしょうか。なので、やはりお結界というのは私にとって神様の願いを分からせていただき、生き方を変える場所であるということが今でも強くそのように思わせていただいております。今の私はですね、救われた自分自身を恩返しするような気持ちで、何ができるかということを日々考えて過ごしております。今年の12月1日から広教会の方に、後継者として、広教会次期、教会長としてご用に当たらせていただく日々が始まるかと思います。私が救われたように、今、混迷する時代、さまざまなことが終わり、そして始まっていく、これからの時代ですね。多くの方が、神様なしでの生き方をこのまま続けていって難儀な状況にですね、陥っていくときにですね、どうか私が恩を受けたように、この恩を人類または多くの方にですね、授けていくのが次の自分の役割なのかなと今は思わせていただいております。本日は20分という尺での共話になりましたので、もうそろそろお時間が近づいてきたかとは思いますが、私が考えるお結界とは何かということをお話ししてまいりました。まだまだたくさん、思いや私が、言いたいことがあるのですが、本日は20分ほどでこれ終了させていただきたいと思います。私自身の経歴やこれまでの歩みをもうちょっと具体的に説明する YouTube が、金光教八尾教会関口と呼べば YouTube に出ておりますので、皆さんも気になったらそちら40分のちょっと長い動画なのですが、私の思いやさまざまなその他の思いを考えていると思っておりますので、よかったらそちらをご覧になってみてください。ちょっとうまくまとめれたのかなと思いまして、まだまだちょっと今日は苦手なので、まずはちょっとごめんなさいというところもあるのですが、結果ですね、まとめますと、神の願いを分かり、自分自身が救われる場所です。そして、神様が多くの人が間違った方向、自分中心の生き方になり、神様のおかげを分からない、分かっていない、そのことにとても嘆いておられるということで、そういう難儀な氏子が人類に助かってほしいという思いで、結界、お取り次ぎをこのように想像したと私は思いますので、 三神をよく読ませていただき、そして、神様の願いをしっかりと受けて、結果取り次ぎ、そして教会御用に当たっていくのが、根北教教師の役割なのではないかと思わせていただきます。ちょっと、まとめきれたのかなと不安になる部分があるんですけど、本日はここまでしていきたいと思います。また共話する機会がありましたら、もっともっと練習して、いいものをお届けできるようにしたいと思いますので、これが私の北米での初めての今日となりましたので、ちょうど見返したら恥ずかしいなと思う部分も多々出てくると思うのですが、しっかり、これからも頑張って練習等含めて良いものを提供できるようにしていきたいと思いますので、どうぞ皆さんもよろしくお願い申し上げます。はい、では、本日はここまでにしたいと思います。ありがとうございました。